Dude, I found a surprise for you. That was actually a good throw. And a good catch. Wait,
better catch.
We have so much crazy stuff that we're gonna try to show you today. We may have some deals for you guys because all this stuff is going to Dallas with us at the end of the month to the Southwest Audio Fest or whatever it's called. Before we do that, we have these Audioquest boxes that we want to open up and show you what we got for the show. So I'm not. So yeah, before we show you all those open box audio deals we got from Eversolo. Did I throw you the knife?
No, thankfully.
Oh man. It's all the way over here. We just got stuff everywhere today. All right, so we're going down to a show. We're prepping. Friday, we got to send all this stuff down there so we can display it, all this Eversolo and Audioquest, and then we're going to have Gather Acoustics down there and ISO Acoustics. So we got these cool two things. Why don't you open that one first, because this is one that I got specifically for you, because this is something that everybody can use in their system, not the way they think they can.
I know, I actually have been a fan of these for a long time, but I just found out huge secret about them. And this was supposed to be a surprise, but I asked about these earlier because I've been very excited about them, and he spoiled it.
He's like, did you order these? I'm like, yeah, that was supposed to be a surprise.
So this is the Jitterbug FMJ. So that's the box. I'll actually take one of these out. You know, we got the T8s, the T10s, they've been very popular, and they are transport, so you need your separate DAC, and a lot of people like to go out USB, and this guy is like a filter. It'll soak out noise, right? So you would plug in one end of the USB cable here, and this is actually the output, because it's that type of connector, but you would plug this into the transport, plug the USB cable, and then go into your DAC, and I've always known about that, but I abandoned these when I switched to I2S, but that was not smart. Because these are passive. They will soak out noise whether the cable is running through them or not. And I have a video coming out soon. If you've got a transport, a CD player, anything with USB, whether it is an external USB input or a hard drive or it's a DAC kind of connection, whatever, plug this in and it will soak noise out of the gear. But these are $80.
And it's a huge upgrade.
There's a few tricks like that that are just like cheap that will just soak the noise out, get the noise floor lower, and it will really help just make everything better. You don't have to upgrade the whole thing, just little bits and pieces though.
Isn't it fun learning about hi-fi every day so that you can build a better system? Well, guess what? Now, we just started our own Hi-Fi University. You can check out the link below, join now, we just started. You can learn all these tips direct from us. And look, we have tiers to this. So we're gonna be doing monthly Q&A like live meetups, however this works, so that we can answer your questions. You can ask us and it'll be part of a video that we're gonna have on there to educate more people. So whether you're a noob, a casual listener, a audiophile, whatever, you can learn something. We're here to teach you how to make your system better. You can join our new school at the link below. How was that for a little promo?
We gotta make the school, but...
We gotta do all that stuff. Don't worry, they get a 7-day free trial.
There you go.
But hopefully we'll have some content up before.
No, it's gonna be really helpful because there's just so much stuff that we've learned throughout just the years of do's and don'ts and being in the store every day.
And we get questions all the time.
All the time.
You know, in the YouTube comments, and we encourage that. I actually had a good one yesterday that I wanna ask you. I would love to answer this for him, but it might be more than just a comment. So he said, this is big baller, right? He said, Lenny, quick question off topic here. I see a lot of preamps and integrated amps with no subwoofer output. Why? Because some manufacturers give you multiples, so no sub out. How are you supposed to hook up a powered sub?
There's a couple different ways to go about that. In 2-channel, we don't use a lot of like LFE subwoofer outs like those one. You'll see them, but a lot of times you will have a pre-out. So just a left, right, and your subwoofer will take that, and it's just, you got the variable volume from your preamp. But there are situations where you don't have that. My favorite thing to do, and this is specific to the brand, is REL has the high-level connection. You don't need any sort of subwoofer, pre-out, anything like that. It just hooks up to the speaker terminals.
Or the speakers themselves.
Yeah, whether it's the actual terminals, whether it's an amp on the amp or on the speaker, it doesn't matter. It just has to get the amplifier, post-amplification signals into the sub, and you don't need any other special connection, and it just sounds a lot better that way anyway. So that's what I would do.
And if you don't have a REL and you don't have a sub out, You could use a pre-out. If not, maybe a line out. If it doesn't have that, if it has no outs, unless you're doing a rally, you're kind of out of luck. So there you go. There's your answer, Big Baller. I don't know, that's the name it shows up. I don't know, his name could be Chris. I have no idea. But thanks, man. Leave your questions below because we're gonna use them to help build our HiFi University and make it even better. So you can leave those in these videos and we'll take them over there. All right, so I don't remember what I ordered, but this is a bunch of new Audioquest gear that we're gonna be using from the show. One quick thing before we open that, and I'm not gonna open this, but this is the PowerQuest 909. This is the newest PowerQuest from Audioquest that'll get you better power, more conditioned power, and a cleaner sound. But if you want to know more about this, at the end of the video, I actually did an interview with the guy who developed this product. So why don't you just hear it from him, because he's way more educated than me. Let's cut it open. You got the knife.
I'm excited. Audioquest is just...
I don't remember what we ordered.
That's good.
You don't know what I ordered.
It's like they just sent us a present.
That we had to pay for.
Yes. I don't recognize... Oh, okay.
Ah, well, let's start with these.
Yes.
So if you're getting into XLRs, and we're going to use these at the show, we have the Mackenzie's. XLRs, it's always a better option. You can go longer runs, you can get a cleaner sound. Why is XLR better?
It's balanced as opposed to your RCA, so there is a trick where it filters out a lot of the noise that gets picked up on the cable. So for long runs, it's especially helpful, but even just for short runs, it's just kind of cool looking and sounds a little bit better. And the Mackenzie's are very nice. They do plate the copper with a little bit more silver. It's a big step up from the Red Rivers, which I also love. So
I like how Audioquest puts gift wrap on everything, so I get to rip it open like it's Christmas.
I love pictures. I didn't recognize this one. This just looks nice. I don't actually know all the rivers and falls that are in the U.S.
So I did get us all of these. You love these because you have those in your system. Or the step down.
And this is a slept-on cable. This is the NRG Z3. So this is the top of the NRG series. You got the X, the Y, and the Z. And I can't recommend these cables enough. Even just getting these NRG, they go beyond this, but this is their basic line. These are incredibly impactful. They're very affordable. I like to do Z3s on the power supplies, Y3s on the amplifiers, and X3s on the components. That's just like bare minimum. It's
just all Z3s.
I mean, that's ideal because these are, almost as good as the Monsoons RIP, just bare minimum. Just getting your better power cables, not the stock cables. It really helps.
Now, since we're doing a lot of Eversolo stuff, we need some digital stuff.
Yeah, man. So if you've got your jitterbugs and you're using USB, maybe you're using I2S, you still use your jitterbugs. But if you are using USB, you've got your carbon here. And these are our most popular USB cables. They have a couple steps below this, but this gets you the shielding, a little bit of silver, and they are sick. Cinnamon, RJ45, RJE, it's their Ethernet cable. It is just the go-to.
I got you a special present.
Is this I2S? Oh, see, the first thing I looked at this, I saw this in HDMI, the first thing I looked at the length, because HDMI cables usually be really long for your TVs and Xboxes, but for I2S, you want them really short, so that's 2.5 feet. You can even go a little shorter, but this would be the nicest HDMI cable I've used on an I2S system.
I've never used above a vodka, so I'm
honestly,
super excited.
Thunderbird is getting way up there, so this is actually really exciting.
Then, because we're going to be demoing the Gaia Neos, I needed 3 pairs of speaker wire. 1 to come from the amp to go to the speaker switch, and then 2 from the switch. So I got us some Rocket 44s in different lengths. And then after the show, when it comes back in stock, we're gonna get that Luxman speaker switch in the store, and now we have cables for it.
Oh, that would make the demo so much easier, but this is one of my favorite speaker wire in the line for the value, because it is very serious. You get the shielding, you get the nicer sugar connectors. What you don't have is the DBS pack, but it is compatible for it. And they're only under 25 bucks for the pair. Don't quote me on that. But this, if you're gonna get a speaker wire and you're worried about budget, this is gonna be something you can upgrade and really get rocking later on.
I think Rocket 44 is where I try to start most people off at because the banana connections are better. It's got the braided cable, good noise dissipation.
And it's DBS compatible.
Oh yeah, so you can add it. Then, because we had a 2-meter power cable in our Niagara 5000, and we recently sold that.
Yes.
Because somebody needed a 2-meter and we did not. I ordered us a 1-meter Thunder to put in our Niagara here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we had some cool pictures of the Niagara show up on our social media this week. We started a social media channel. Guys, follow us on Instagram and Facebook at All Elite Audio.
Oh, we have I thought we already had that.
We never really used it, but now we're using it.
Nice.
So make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook. So that's all that stuff. And I know everybody's like, you're just talking about accessories, but
Accessories.
now we're gonna talk about all this other stuff that we got in. This is all Eversolo gear. It's all open box stuff that we're gonna have at the show, showing off. And we're gonna have this available for you guys to purchase at a great price. And it'll be available ahead of time where you can pre-order it when the show's over. We will mail it out to you, and then people won't be able to buy it from you at the show. But to get this list, you got to be on our email list. So go to alleliteaudio.com and join that email list.
So you don't actually have to go to the show to get the
show specials. We have an Eversolo Play,
yes.
which is actually it is that one. I just got the box.
Oh, that's perfect for your kitchen, bedroom. Hook your speakers right up to it, and good to go.
We have one of those, the Play CD edition. That's where you add the CD drive to it. We have the DMP A6 Master Edition Gen 2. That was a lot. That's the A6 Gen 2. They actually just released, or they're releasing, it hasn't shipped yet, but we're doing pre-orders of the DMP 8 Master Edition and the 8 Master CD or Gen 2. I don't know. I get so many little things after that. But anyway, there's some new Eversolo stuff. You guys have to see it. It's really cool.
Bunch of new stuff.
We should open, we have the A6 Master Editions. We have the Gen 2, but not the Master Edition. So this is cool. We have a couple T8s. So I know they just released the T10 and we've been pumping the T10, but if you don't need that and you want something a little smaller at a better price, it's almost there. T10 is kind of an upgrade, but the T8, we have two open box T8s, and we have an open box Z10, which is the DAC we have up front. So lots of cool stuff. But this is a Luxon X8, and I don't know anything about this. You want to open it?
Sure. I'm excited. I've heard a lot of good things.
People probably want us to open all that stuff, but we're not going to do that.
It's going to be a long video.
The
store is already just a huge mess.
It is a huge mess in here, but that's because we've been having fun. And that's okay. That's what this area has become, the fun zone.
Look at that box.
So the fun zone.
This has obviously been opened, but it's got an interesting design.
These are all open box, so that's the thing. People are going to get deals on this.
Look at that. This gold lettering. Watch this just be like a disaster. Just whoever packed this last.
It's made by the same people as Eversolo. It's got the same packaging.
It has matrix case and build quality. Look at that little guy.
That. Feel it?
You can see the top here. You've got that, I don't know, I don't want to say it's aluminum. I'm just pulling this thing out of the box, but you've got that vent in there. Some extra layers there. Some heat sinks on the side. It's got some nice weight.
We can plug it in and show the screen.
Sure.
I've got a plug. You can reach. Watch this. This is a PowerQuest PQ-3. It's much smaller, but it's good because you can move it around anywhere you want.
Anywhere you want.
Literally anywhere you want. So now we can sit it on the table so you guys can see it.
Oh yeah, so look, you got your 4-pin. Dude, I'm so not like a headphone guy. I don't even know what you would call that.
I'm not either, but it's a headphone amp and DAC, so that's okay.
I heard a couple clicks.
Oh wow!
A couple clicks. That's interesting. Is it touchscreen? I don't know that it is. Ooh.
It is.
Ooh.
How can you read upside down?
I don't know if these are.
You have to turn that on.
Whoa.
Oh, wait, I want to see something. I gotta see. Oh, there is different VU meters.
This is not such a.
Oh, you missed it, man. Watch this.
Wow.
Oh, I'm not a headphone guy, but if I was a headphone guy, I would probably have something like this.
Yeah, that's nice.
So it's got like all the Eversolo meters. A digital one. It didn't give a demo of that one shooting up, but that's the digital. What the heck is that? Power? It's all the little specs that are going on inside the system.
You got like temperature and voltage and ooh,
Oops,
it's gone. Oh, there it is. That's cool.
Wow. Oh, that's neat. Look at that. Ah, I like that one. That one's super cool. And back to the single views. We're gonna put it right on there for now. But you were about to look at something before I changed. What is all that?
They got like presets here for high pass EQ on, crossfeed off, effects. That's a cool little unit. Looks like an OLED screen.
So, got that. We got all the Eversolo stuff over there. So get on the email list, know what we got. Or just call us because you're watching. Just call us. But at the show, we're going to be demoing the Gouter Acoustic.
Are we bringing these?
No. We're doing the 80s. The Arcona 80s. So we're gonna have 2 pairs. One's gonna have Gaia Neos on them, and one's not. And we're just gonna show the difference of what the ISO acoustics can do to a system, because it's really dramatic, actually. And a lot of people don't believe it at all.
No, it's like a famous demo, because like everyone that sits there has low expectations, and then it's just super apparent.
So we're excited. So that's all the crazy stuff that we got to open today. I wish we could just open all these boxes, but then I have to rebox them all up for the show, and they got to go out in like 2 days. I don't think we're going to do that. I talked about the PowerQuest, the 909, and I recently did an interview at Expona with Audioquest explaining exactly how this works, what it does, and the #1 question we get asked about it: how does it differ than the 707, which is the next model down? All right, so there's been one really popular product for us lately, and that is this Audioquest PowerQuest 909. Now, we opened it up in a previous video, but there's been a lot of questions for this, so I figured what better way to answer those questions for you, because we all know I'm not always the guy who went explaining stuff, is to bring in Garth, who designed it, right? So you'd be the ultimate person to ask questions to, I hope. I'm sure way better than me. So we're going to talk about the 909 today. I'll give it up to you. You can tell everybody about what it does and whatever about it. And then I have the #1 question that I get asked, and you might answer it during your thing, but I'll try my best. Guys, this is Garth. It's the 909. I'll hold it, so you don't have to do that. But yeah.
Okay. So the thing about the 909 and really any premium power conditioner, power product, if it's been designed properly, is you can lose up to 1/3 of the low-level detail resolution, everything that makes great audio magic. What it is, 1/3 of those low-level details are masked, distorted, or stripped away, gone, without addressing the power. It's where everything starts. The acoustics of the room, physically, and then electrically, it's here. You've got to deal with the incoming noise effectively. Yes, you got to protect everything. We have pieces that are fractions price that can protect, but non-sacrificially at that. But the main thing here is it's about preserving the performance. Because the thing is that you don't have to have something like this. You could improve your DAC. You could improve the photo cartridge. You can improve the turntable. You can improve the amplifier. You can get better speakers. And by the way, I encourage you to do all of those things. It's wonderful to bring flowers to your system. The thing though is that if you do all those things without addressing power first, you're going to be getting more of the signal that's left. Because once it's gone forever. There's no getting it back. You're just manipulating the little bit that's left. And that's what we want to deal with here. Now, when you move up to the top of the line PowerQuest, only outdone by our ultra premium, very costly Niagara products, 20 amp capacity. You've got transient power correction that gives up to a 45 amp peak current reservoir through all of your high current outlets to your amplifiers, which gives them a new lease on life. And all of a sudden, their power supplies sound like they're 10 times the size they are, allows them to work at full efficiency, not waffling at 80%, but closer to 98%. You've got hospital-grade outlets, lowest noise, ultra-linear filtering, throughout here that was, essentially designed that I worked on for the premium, 4 times the cost Niagara series. There's so much about this that's premium, but I'll tell you, one of my favorite things about this is not in this box. It's what comes in the carton with it, and that is this cord. Now, all of the PowerQuest products come with a cord, and a lot of other things that you'll buy, preamplifiers, DACs, amplifiers come with a cord. Why is this one special? Well, this throw-in-the-box cord, as it happens, is essentially, without the braid around it, this is 95% of our Monsoon Audioquest power cord. A Monsoon at this size retails for about $700. This is $24.95. Why would we put 1/3 of the budget practically into the cord? Because it matters so much. You know what's the most important, Lenny, cord in the entire system?
I don't know.
Would it be the one coming out of the tone arm? That's the lowest level. That would make sense.
It's the one coming from the wall.
Yes, it is. And the reason is because it is your ultimate RF noise suppression and drainage is plumbing. It's your last attempt to get everything back to earth and away from your critical audio components. If you don't do that, they're going to be sitting there and we want this. So that's the whole point. This is absolutely critical, and we spared no expense. I've seen $40,000 amplifiers to come with a premium cord. It looks good on the outside, but as a cord designer, I'll chop into the thing and realize the manufacturer's got $25, $30 into this, not this one. And so it's putting the attention where it needs to go for a product like this. At $2,500, including that cord, you're getting performance that'll put against a lot of competitors' units at $10,000 without the cord.
Now the number one question that you guys are asking me about the PowerQuest 909, and that is, for someone that doesn't have a 20 amp outlet, is the 909 a good way to go over the 707? Is there any advantages if you're not using the 20 amps?
It has a refined filter that's a step above a 707, and what the 707 doesn't have is this. Now, what you could do is you could take a 707 and you could get yourself a much better cord with it and start arguably getting into the same area. This just essentially keeps you from having to do it. And also you've got better outlets and so forth. So the fact of the matter is that if you were willing to throw about $1,500 worth of power cord to a 707 against this, you're starting to say, well, a little of this and a little of that, but at that point you didn't save any money.
That's true. So there is differences. You get the power cord, and the other benefit is if you ever decide to pay like an electrician a couple $100 to throw a 20 amp in your breaker, then you're just way better.
Well, and the main thing about that is that before the electrician's going to be willing to do that and not lose their license, what they know is if you had a 15 amp outlet and you want to go to 20, they're going to have to throw some new wiring over the wall, because that's going to be 12 gauge minimum, or if not 10 by 3 instead of 14 by 3. But it won't cost that much to do it. It'll cost a lot less than this or a 707 for your electrician to do that typically. Here's why you want to do it. You'll be doing the biggest favor to a power amplifier you've ever heard in your life. Powered sub, they're going to love you.
That's awesome. Well, thanks for answering the number one question that I get about this.
Absolutely.
Explaining it to us. This was really cool. It's great to meet you, man. I appreciate you giving us time. Good.
Cool.